Good morning, folks. It is Lance freaking Hepler here. I'm here with my good friend and teammate, Ed Dudlick. Today we are on a little gravel adventure up to, where the hell are we?
Lewis River Trail.
The Lewis River Trail, up around nearish Mount St. Helens. We're doing a gravel ride. We're thinking 3 or 4 hours. We're really, or 4 or 5. We're in no rush. Just two retirees enjoying a weekday. And we're here for the descents, right? We're here for the descents. Let's see how it goes. All right, thanks for joining us today on Lance freaking Hepler's YouTube channel. This route we are doing is up in the Lewis River Valley. It's between Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams in the Gifford Pinchot National Forest. Is it a national forest? I don't know. But this is beautiful, gorgeous spots up here. There's a website called Our Mother the Mountain, OMTM, and they do like backcountry routes like this. And this was a route we got from OMTM. We did the shortest of their options, which was only like 45 miles and 4,000 feet of climbing. That's about all we did today. There is an option that is 55 miles and one that's 80 miles and 9,000 feet of climbing, kind of in the same area. But we had two options, me and Ed, that we were gonna do on this route, but we chose the shortest one when we had to make the decision point for a couple reasons. I got a big ride going on tomorrow, and I fell at some point in this ride and messed up my hand a little bit. So when it was the decision time, we chose to make a decision. The beautiful thing about this ride, it started with like a 25-mile gravel downhill. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that was a blast. So here is me and Ed on this, forest road, national forest road that there's just no traffic on, and it was ripping. Ed actually had, this is my teammate Ed Dudlick, who I'm riding with. He actually had an action camera on the front of his bike as well. So he actually caught footage of me. So you're actually gonna get me, my own ass on the butt cam today, not just Ed's butt. So he caught a few shots of us descending. There was like it was like 26 miles that was rolling downhill, but there was like a 15-mile section that was literally downhill that me and Ed took the KOM on. We weren't like trying to take the KOM, we were just railing it because it was a blast, and we go downhill fast. Ed is one of the few masters racers that I race with that can keep up with me downhill. He beats me on some downhills. He is 10 or 11 years younger than me, but he is a solid dude. Love riding with him, love hanging out with Ed. He is a great teammate to have. So we had this glorious, fast, fun time. There were a couple sections. After 15, 20 miles, you end up on a paved road section for a little while. But man, these roads back here, the gravel was in good shape. A few potholes to look out for, but and a few rollers you can kind of give it the beans going up it. And that's kind of what me and Ed were doing. We're just stormtroopering it down these forest roads because it's so fun. I was testing out a new chest mount for my GoPro, one that attaches to my Sweet pack, my hydration pack. It attaches to the front of it, and I didn't quite have the angle right, so it's pointed down just a little too much at my stem instead of up a little bit. So I will fix that in future videos. But this is, it was cool stuff. It was still decent enough footage and a cool enough ride that I wanted to share it with you guys, because this was some good stuff out here in the state of Washington. Again, here's some shots from Ed. We hit the paved section, and we were just kind of cruising. Oh, look it. It's the Lance ass cam. Look at that beautiful round butt. It looks so, oh yeah, show it off a little bit. Oh, look at, that looks so good. No, that's enough of that. We gotta stop that, too much of that. All right. We were cruising down to the Lewis River. The Lewis River has this gorgeous path. It's really a hiking path slash mountain bike path that goes along the Lewis River, and there are 3 or 4 just gorgeous waterfalls along this river. And so that was the point of this ride. Get out in nature, beautiful, perfect summer day. It's Labor Day weekend here. It's Friday of Labor Day in 2025. And so we were cruising down there. Nope. This is where the path starts, which is right here, the Lewis River path. And me and Ed have never been on this before. This is a couple hours from Vancouver or from Portland, Oregon. Maybe it took us an hour and a half. It's almost 2 hours drive to get to where we parked at a snow park and went from there. So it's not like super easy to get to, but cool. Man, we are out in the woods and having a good time. And this path was quite lovely. Gravel bikes, little underbiked for some of these sections. There were spots that me and Ed, we both had to walk because little underbiked for this, but for the most part, gravel bikes can handle this kind of stuff just fine. There were just some rooty sections that were unrideable and some really steep sections that I thought were a little unrideable, but we had a pretty good time. I'm on my NV Mog. I've got 45 millimeter tires on, Maxxis Reavers, and so that's what I was riding on. I didn't have traction issues or anything like that. I did break a spoke today somewhere along the line. I've been having a little trouble with my rear NV wheel. I've broken 3 or 4 spokes in the last year or so, and that's too many. So that's something I gotta get to the bottom of. Who's got some good suggestions for what I should do there? Please leave a comment and we can see if we can figure that out. So again, gorgeous path, mostly for hiking, some mountain bikes. Didn't see any other bikers today, but we did see quite a few hikers. Once you get closer to the waterfall sections of this path, there's some campgrounds nearby and gorgeous waterfalls, and so we saw a few more people in those areas. But man, we just were enjoying this and having a good time. There's a couple sections and it's kind of hard to tell. This got really steep. It's dropping down to the riverside. This is where one of the waterfalls is, and you can hear my tire skid a little bit. And I stopped at this rock wall because I wanted to get a shot at Ed coming through.
The lack of mountain bike time showed this year.
That's a proper mountain bike section. Yeah, we got to go down there. So this is the waterfall that we walked down to, this gorgeous green emerald pool, and our bikes are just up there in the bushes, and just a beautiful waterfall. This spot is probably 1.5 miles or 2 from the road or from the other side. We went down another mile or 2, and here's another section of gorgeous waterfalls. There's a whole bunch of people down in front here, so this was a lot busier spot for a Friday. And there were, pleasant people on the route. There's these bridges over here. We saw a Forest Service guy, and he, as long as, we're not bothering people, it's all good. So here is Ed taking some shots of me coming through some areas. There were some sketchy, tricky little spots that if you're really motivated, maybe you could ride some of them. There were some spots that I was able to clean and some other ones that I was not, that I definitely put a foot down. Like this one. Too much off camber, too many roots, too much exposure. You muff that and it might be a hospital ride, which is what we did not want.
I sent you that video of the guy who cleaned the whole enchilada uphill. Ryan, completely insane.
I don't think it wasn't too long after this where I had a little incident. Just cruising along, talking to Ed, and I just had a pedal strike that just threw me off the bike. It's probably coming up here. This looks pretty innocuous. Yeah, it's right through this corner. Ed passes it, and I just struck the pedal on the left side. Bing. Sorry about the cussing.
Pedal strike. What's that?
You can see this a little slower. I hit, and I like punched the ground with my left hand. And actually, my whole body feels completely fine after this, except
Straight over.
my left hand. I injured my left hand almost a year ago at the end of August when I was in Moab, Utah. I just fell on my mountain bike and I cracked a bone in my hand. Didn't have to cast it, didn't have to really do anything. It healed for the most part, although at 55, nothing really heals all the way anymore. And I think I just like drilled the exact same bone in the exact same spot. So my hand is feeling a little funny, which could affect the cyclocross season a little bit. But it's all good. I'll just race and have some fun. And if it hurts too much, you know, suck it up, Buttercup. That's just a dumb thing to say. Yeah, if it hurts too much, I won't race. But I'll probably still do a few races. The rest of this trail was still just fantastic. Me and Ed had a great time. We only did like a 7 or 8 mile section of this trail. There's another 7 mile section of this trail that we could have done. But after I punched the ground and I've got a big day. I've got a 100-mile ride to do tomorrow on the road. And so we decided to take the short route today and just do the 45-mile, 4,000 foot climbing day. So that's what we did. But we certainly enjoyed how wonderful all this was. Look at all this. I mean, we end up getting into more. You can see that I'm like feeling my hand and seeing if it's working properly. And, you know, as the night goes on, here I am. We're like 7 hours past when it's done, and my hand is a little swollen and hurts a little bit.
Slow. It's all good.
Look at this adorable person with this adorable little dog. I hope we didn't upset them. So it's like Return of the Jedi, flying through the trees on your speeder and whipping around the trees and hoping you don't see an Ewok, and just having a good time. That's what we did on the rest of this trail. We really enjoyed this. We had a great time. The end of this route, once we got off the trail and into the, look at this, there's like a little bit of exposure in a few spots, but still just gorgeous, smooth, forested path. It was warm today, 85 degrees. It's been humid up here a little bit, but still just kind of lovely. Look at how gorgeous this trail is. This is like the epitome of the Pacific Northwest. Once we got off the trail, there is a mere 9.5 mile climb back to where the car was that we were trying to do in under an hour. I think we did it in like 55 minutes. So we had to suffer a little bit to get back to the car. But this whole ride, we ended up being, just like I said, about 45 miles, about 4,000 feet of climbing. Yeah, maybe Ed and I took a few KOMs on some descents and some top 10s on some of the climbs. So we had a pretty good day. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. Hold on to see what happens with tomorrow's video.